Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this reading found you today, I'm so grateful. I'm so pleased for you to be here. I haven't been on in a while. I haven't been recording aside from personal readings. I have been very much keeping it low key off social media, and it's been bittersweet. I pulled a card today. It was off camera, and something about it just made me want to set up my camera here and hit record. So I don't have a plan. I don't have decks picked out to use in this reading. I am going to literally just go with the flow and see what message wants to come through here. We're in the middle of eclipse season. So when I saw the releasement here, I knew there would be a message for someone here. So let's see what this is all about. For all my autumnal lovers out there, I think you'll appreciate this card deck and the symbolism, the meaning behind it. Mabon is rising, and the change is upon her. She shivers as first one leaf, then another falls. Over the last cycle, she has seen the leaves change. The air's scent is filled with the turning, and the trees feel like they are drawing deep into themselves so as to make it through the hard times of cold. She knows too that when Mabon falls, the energy that rises will ask her to descend into her own darkness. It will ask her to strengthen herself, to make sure she is well, physically and mentally, and to ready herself for the change. As the darkness grows and lengthens, there will be changes, even separations. You too, dear witch, are being asked to be more responsible, serious, earnest, and honest with yourself. Whether it is the autumnal equinox or any other time when this card comes, we are asked to become more independent, to think for ourselves, and to be of help to those who are vulnerable. These are days of complexity, and this is a time of balance before the dark consumes the light once again. There is serious consideration here, so contemplate what it is that needs to be released, to be taken by the wind, and for you to no longer attempt to have control over. The turning of the wheel of life has come, and it cannot be halted. We can only turn to. So the ultimate meaning of this card: dedication, energy, independence, intelligence, practicality, study, qualifications, self-improvement, higher standards, making peace, justice, airing grievances, and being sure of where one stands with others. In the reversed meaning, I know this card came up right, but we can look at the reverse meaning because this might be of service to someone. Avoiding decisions, hesitating to let go of what must change, working too hard to keep things just as they are, in denial of the need to consider a new time, refusing to let the old fall away, fear of a void opening up, a resistance to clearing and making space. So I love this card, this energy coming through. We're approaching autumn. We're approaching the Mabon. For those of us in the northern hemisphere and those of you in the southern hemisphere, there's also a change for you too. This is all about change. And this feeling is coming through as if a lot of us here know that change is coming, change is on the way. For some of us, change already came in and you've already received the notification, you've already got the news, you already made the decision. And if that's the case, you are well on time, no matter how difficult the news or how great the news was. It's all timely. For some of us who are still in hesitation, our time will come too. There may just be some things right now. I'm tidying up. There may be some things we need to tidy up right now in order to be able to welcome in the new. There's something that that is in our power to release, that is in our power to let go of now, something that we no longer need to be energetically tied to or attached to free up more space in our homes, our hearts, our mental. So for some of us, this is like things around the house, clutter. What a beautiful time while we're still in Virgo season. But, even if you're watching this and it's Libra season, to organize, to declutter, to clear, to delete old emails, to do a wardrobe edit, to remove objects and things in your life that maybe served a purpose at one time but no longer do. It's okay to let go, because when you let go, you are freeing up space. This is feng shui. This is energy work. Let's see what else here for the collective. Bewitched. Interesting. Bewitched says you're under a spell. Now, I'm not taking that literally, but sometimes this card could mean the people, places, or things that we are attached to, that we have an energetic cord to, that we have karma with. This could be something that we are called at this time to release, or that will be releasing, that will be moving on away from us during this time period, given that it is eclipse season. A lot is already being removed and cleared. Changes are already happening without our own doing. This card can also mean obsession, addiction. Temptation can feel a lot like being under a spell. You know you shouldn't do it, yet you can't help yourself, and you continue to make bad choices even when it doesn't feel good. You're ashamed, or you feel as if your power slips away with every act of self-sabotage. In a money reading, bewitched appears when you are too focused on material pursuits or get-rich-quick schemes. You may be sacrificing your beliefs to reach goals of a certain status or level of achievement. However, continuing to do so will come at a great personal cost. In a career reading, pulling this card is a clear sign that you're in a poor environment and giving far more than you're receiving. In a love reading, you may find yourself pursuing shallow people and relationships. It could be you have cut yourself off from discovering true, deep, meaningful connections, even though this is what you truly desire. In general, this card represents a victim mentality and a need to blame others for your choices. You can change things at any time you choose, but have not taken responsibility for your role in your circumstances. There could be a need for more self-love here. Maybe the thoughts you have about yourself are harmful and rooted in outdated beliefs that are blocking you from success. Let's see. So I'm noticing the arms. The arms are a form of protection. They're also a form of holding on. I'm getting you will be safe if you let go of this thing. You will be safe. You will be protected. You will be safe if you let go. Some of you are maybe required to take a leap of faith. There's a career move or decision, an offer, a job offer. For others of you, you're holding on to a habit or an outdated version of yourself or way of doing things or habits that are not allowing you to fully grow and fully self-actualize. Ace of Swords, there's truth, clarity coming through. I'm getting cut the crap, cut the clutter, cut the excess. There's something about excess. Too many thoughts, too many opinions, too much information right now. It could be more harmful than it is beneficial. Ace of Swords is some sort of truth coming in, though, from a higher power, from a higher place. I'm getting eternal truth. Ten of Swords, eternal truth. So see all those swords? It looks like so much information or so much weight or maybe mental activity has been weighing you down. And I'm noticing the woman laying down here. She's got her phone, her cell phone in her hand, and she's debilitated in a sense. She can't move. She's way down from all these thoughts, these opinions that aren't her own. Maybe too much information all at once. The body, the nervous system can't handle it. Can't handle it. So it shuts down. The body shuts down. It's I see someone going in this state of like stasis. I see someone not being able to move forward. Someone here could have an addiction to social media or an addiction to their phone, and I'd really pay close attention to that. It could be interfering with your progress, your growth, your future success. It's not your fault, I'm getting. It's not your fault if you are addicted to your phone, if you are addicted to social media. It was designed that way. And you're not alone in this. We have High Priestess and Nine of Cups. There's something important about the hidden realm. There's something important about what kind of information you're receiving from a much larger source. Call it God. You have the ability to be a channel for this message of change or clarity. I'm getting swiftness. Your life can change overnight. Oh, wow. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Your life can change overnight. There's a veil up, though. And I think, what does this veil symbolize? Veils can be protection. They can also be distractions. Let me see. Ooh. Hanged one. Okay. There's definitely a spiritual process that you're meant to go through right now. Perhaps it feels like a hanging metaphorically, where things are suspended in air. Maybe you don't have all the answers yet, but you can sense something coming. High Priestess, Nine of Cups. You can sense it before it's here. You have that ability. You sense changes in the air. There is something right now that's suspended in time. There's something that is maybe forcing you to get another look at something or another perspective on something, the Hanged One. This could be a setback, a delay, a health concern, dissatisfaction at work, but not being able to move forward yet. Your intuition is telling you that this is all serving a higher purpose, though. Hanged One. We don't normally get the Hanged card, the Hanged Man card, unless there is a higher purpose for this suspension. The Hanged Man is intentional. It's either it's either by the divine's will or your own will. Like you're intentionally suspending something until you're ready, or it's happening for you. For some of you, this feels like life has turned upside down. In a way, you receive some news that has been life-changing or will be life-changing, and you're going to get deeper understandings of the meaning of life. Seven of Pentacles. This is the work matters. This is the practical. This is tending to our everyday affairs, our garden. With the Seven of Pentacles, this is pure Virgo energy. This is tidying up. This is our routines. This is back to school. And some of us get that feeling, no matter how old we are, of September being that time of back to school. Getting back into some sort of routine, getting organized. Seven of Pentacles can even be more of a thirst for knowledge, not just information. See, the Ten of Swords could feel like information overload. Whereas the Seven of Pentacles, this is grounded energy. This is a thirst for knowledge. This is you maybe finding information from books rather than a quick type in your phone. This could be doing things in a, back to basics kind of way. Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, you're going back to school or you want to further your education. Seven of Pentacles can also be that encouragement to get your affairs in order, get your money in order. Organizing your life one step at a time, one room at a time, one closet, one corner of your mind, so to speak. Okay, we have Two of Wands. There is much to look forward to. You can feel it, you can sense it. Change is in the air, literally. You could feel the breeze of change. You can feel the times changing. Any advice for this collective here? Queen of Pentacles. Staying grounded in your truth, staying grounded in some sort of routine, structure, creating order and structure in your life. Someone really feels debilitated. Someone feels like it's very hard to get moving, to get going, to wake up in the morning. Creating structure around your sleeping habits, your diet, what you do in a given day. Queen of Pentacles, bringing more earth, more health back into your world, Some of you need to get out of the mind and into doing, into action, possibly. That could help ease up this feeling of debilitation or not being able to move forward. Someone needs to hear that they need to get into action. Start doing. Maybe someone's overthinking it. You could be overthinking change. You could be overthinking starting that new plan, that project, that idea, that podcast, that strategy. Someone needs to get into doing. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this feeling of debilitation has been on and off for a few years now. I'm hoping this Pisces, Virgo axis is what really clears the debilitation, the lack of progress that many people are experiencing in the collective, and clears up that energy. But I'm also getting that we have a role to play. We have a role to play. We can't wait for certain astrological timelines. We have to also get into doing and get into action. Okay, Earth. Earth again. We have the Stag. The Stag is a classic symbol of strength and power, a primal force rooted in the earth and at home among the trees of the forest. His antlers are his crown. He stands proudly, shoulders wide and hooves firmly planted on the ground, secure in the knowledge that he rules his domain. Now is the time to stand firm in the face of trouble or adversity or self-doubt. You have the strength you need to deal with whatever the world throws at you. It is in the earth beneath your feet, in your own inner core of power. You can meet whatever challenge awaits. Call on the god Hearn, who wears a crown of antlers, or embrace your own primal energy. The Stag tells you that you are the ruler of your own realm. Even if you don't feel like it at the moment, it is a reminder that if you embrace your own strength and power, you can meet whatever life throws at you with grace and dignity. Hold your head high. You can do this. Ask yourself what you need to do to let your power shine. What a beautiful addition to this reading. It's another layer. It's that earthy groundedness, a knowing. And I love how there's sort of this autumnal feel about the field around this stag, really pointing to the time we're in right now. How maybe the change we need to make, or maybe what we need to release, is a feeling of powerlessness, a feeling like we can't do something, we can't go for something, or we can't achieve it. We're not good enough. We're not smart enough. The stag says you can do something. You can overcome something. You're more powerful than you think you are. And if life has thrown you a real challenge, a real concern, a real scare, the stag is a beautiful omen that you will make it through this challenging time. I feel like there will be light at the end of the tunnel, and you will make it through this time. It may feel dark in the moment. It may feel scary. You may feel alone. You may wonder, why me? The stag is here to represent your strength. The antlers are your connection to spirit. I feel like there's a beautiful paradox here in the cards. We have Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, the one sword pointing upward and all these swords pointing downward. There almost needs to be a distinction between the voice of God versus the voices and opinions of the masses, of the collective that is maybe on a different frequency or a different timeline, that is heavy, that is divided, that is even untrue. There's a clear message here for someone that you are able to connect to the one true voice, the higher power, the higher knowledge. All the rest doesn't matter. And I know we live in a very practical world, but that higher voice won't lead you astray. It won't lead you down the wrong path. It's the voices of plenty. It's the voices of divide, of division, of scarcity, of lack, of fear, of worry. That is confusing. That is troubling. That is keeping a lot of us in the collective feeling lethargic, stuck, unable to move forward in areas of our life where our soul is ready to move forward. So the stag is a beautiful omen. The stag is a beautiful omen of strength. Also the 4 legs of being grounded, of being able to move forward, of being able to take leaps. The antlers are the connection to spirit, connection to God, that higher voice, the high priestess energies. A lot of you here are high priestesses. That's just who I connect to. Some of you are fellow readers. You practice tarot. You're connected to God. You're able to translate Bible messages. Okay. We have rooster as well, which is another symbol of strength. Strength, maybe pride. Let's see. The rooster is a male chicken who, as with many species, is much showier than his female cohorts. Roosters tend to have strikingly colorful plumage with long tails and shiny pointed feathers on their necks and backs. They strut around as if they are in charge and are known for the loud crowing sound they make to greet the dawn and warn of danger. They are the epitome of confidence, and not the subtle kind either. This card says, be loud and proud. Don't hide your light under a bushel. It's time to show everyone what you can do instead of being modest and letting someone else take the credit for your hard work or dedication. Step up, step out, and strut your stuff with your head held high. There is nothing wrong with confidence if you've earned it. If you get this card, maybe it's time to look at how you present yourself to the world, and for that matter, what you see when you look in the mirror. Confidence is your own abilities. Confidence in your own abilities is important, and it doesn't always come easily. We are often told not to brag or show off, but being confident doesn't mean you have to yell about how great you are. Quiet self-confidence will get you far. Believe in yourself, and there is no limit to what you can accomplish. So I was called to pivot back to this deck here, and we got the Elements card, number 12, Back to Basics, which is interesting because it was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled this first card. So there could be a return back to something. There could be a return or a visit or an understanding of something of the past. or you'll be called to implement strategies from the past, or this is also in regards to maybe your perspective. So the tarot companion of this card is the Hierophant. The tarot companion of this bewitched card was the devil, just so you know. Elemental magic is one of the most natural spiritual practices you can embrace. The elements represent the basic building blocks of the earth and teach us the value of simple yet powerful magic. Water Hierophant gives us life, but can also be deadly. Fire can be gentle, like the glow of a candle, yet it can also destroy. The earth is solid and strong, yet it can shake our lives and our foundations. We can't see air, yet it can whip into terrifying gales. The basics hold more value than we credit them with. When you're feeling lost, sometimes the best thing you can do is return to the beginning. Start over with the foundations that inspired you in the first place. Rediscover the place of your first date when your relationship is rocky. Call up your friends if you've forgotten how to have fun. Go back to that very first spiritual practice that started your journey and taught you how to live a spiritual life. When you pull the Elements card, it's because there is more available to you than you realize. You don't need unlimited resources to make powerful moves. Learn to work with what you have and see the value of having limited options. It forces you to be resourceful and reminds you that sometimes the most valuable things can be found in the most basic undertakings. And oddly enough, I'm called to go back to the very first deck. I feel like there's one more message here. Okay, a broom of her own. A broom of her own. Let's see. By the way, if you've made it to this part of the reading, thank you for being here. I know it's been a while, especially if you have been a subscriber. Do not be so hard on yourself, little witch. You cannot be perfect, nor can your magic. While it will always work, it may not always work in the way you wish. If no harm is intended, no harm will be done. And if there is any leftover energy from any spell work cast in this or another lifetime that you do not wish to linger, you can use this new broom to sweep it clear. While you are clearing with your broom, sweep away feelings about yourself that do not help and are not true. It is not your fault that there is sadness in this world, that others suffer, or that you have suffered too. It is not your fault that magic does not always work. And I'll add that prayer doesn't always work. That friends are not always true, that love can sometimes hurt, that physicality can come with its own tender frailties. All of this, all of who you are and what you do, is what it is to be born into this human life. And there is always change, the ever-cycling wheel, bringing new opportunities to shift and cleanse your energy, to adjust and reset your path. Know, dear witch, that there are always ways to make things fresh and new again. There is no lesson unlearned, no truth swept under the rug. All is but energy, and yours can now be cleansed and cleared, refreshed in this time of renewal. Beautiful and timely. The broom is very much associated with Virgo energy, cleaning, tidying, organizing, magic. Sweeping away, cutting ties, clearing energy, clearing space for the new. A deeper meaning of this card, time to clear space. If life has gone awry, refresh your home's energy, the cleansing of your personal energy, going easy on yourself, knowing that not everything is your responsibility, playing your part as others do, allowing their fate and destiny to intertwine with yours. A new broom sweeping all clean, fresh starts in life, being very close to one filled with blessings. In the reversed, stagnating energy that needs to be moved on but reluctance to do so, feeling that change cannot be created, that you must simply accept what is, saying go with the flow when there is no flow, denying a need to take action to create a shift through your participation, self-persecution from taking on too much responsibility for sadness in your life, a focus only on the personal and not seeing the big picture. That's in the reverse, of course, but this one came up right, and I think it's important to note that times are changing. This is a time to act. It's a time to adapt. And the way she's holding that broom tells me that you have a lot more power in your life than you would sometimes give yourself credit for. So the habits you create, the routines, what you do in a given day truly does matter. It truly does matter. You would be surprised what you can do in a day. You would be surprised what you would do with small increments of study or tidying up or reading or moving your body or exercising or doing the thing you love. How that could add up over time and create meaningful change in your life. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate your power. Don't underestimate your gifts. We have a very gifted person here, very gifted energy. And I sense it's those of you watching, those of you who are drawn to this reading specifically. This is what I have at this time. If you enjoy this reading, write me a comment. I love hearing from you. I love connecting with you. If you want a personal reading, I am taking personal readings. You can book me on my website. The link is in the description box. Until next time, take care.